So bring your feet directly underneath your hips here. Let's roll the shoulders up towards the ears and gently slide them down and back, and allow your palms to face the front. Tadasana mountain pose. Now let the eyes close and roll the eyes inward and up towards the space between the eyebrows. And just take a moment to allow yourself to settle in. On your next breath out, just let your knees soften a little bit. Really feel the downward movement of the out breath, connecting more with the earth. As you inhale, begin to straighten the legs out. Now let the arms float overhead. Really feel the expansion as you reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, let the knees soften, let the arms float back down. Feel the downward movement of the breath. Inhale, let the arms float overhead. Lift your gaze. And exhale. Good. Now continue at your own pace, 3 more rounds. Try to slow down the breath. Give yourself permission to fill completely with the life force known as prana. Wonderful. Now the next time you inhale, let the arms float overhead. Bring your palms together. Good. Now as you exhale, bend your knees. Let the heart come forward and let your hands come towards the earth, and keep your knees generously bent here. Head is hanging heavy, and just let your head sway here from side to side. Good. Now as you inhale, begin to lift the torso, place the hands to the shins, come into a half forward fold. Exhale, fold. And again, inhale, lift to a half lift. Long spine, exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Now the next breath in, step your right leg back into runner's lunge and allow the right knee to float towards the floor. Inhale, lift the arms overhead as we come into a low crescent lunge. Let the arms reach back, feel that beautiful stretch through the front of your body. Good. Now as you exhale, let the arms float down, let the fingertips touch the ground, draw back to half splits here. Inhale, glide forward, let the arms float overhead. Lift your gaze, and then exhale, let the hands come back down and draw back to half splits. So we're moving between these two postures to warm up the legs. Inhale, lift. Good, and exhale, release your hands, draw back to half splits. Really use the breath to move through these two postures. Good, one more time. Inhale, lifting the arms. Good, and as you exhale, release the hands down, draw back to half splits. And I'd like you to stay here for a couple of breaths. Try not to collapse through the chest. Keep the chest lifted, look slightly forward. Good, now slowly as you inhale, begin to shift forward into that low lunge. Pick up your back right foot and let it come to the left side of your mat. Take the left hand on the inside of your left foot. Bring your right hand to your hip and now open your body towards the right side of the room. So away from that front knee. It's like you're in a warrior two position, but the back knee's on the floor. Good, now slowly press into that front left foot, lift yourself up as if you're in warrior two. Open your body towards the front of the room. Good, and as you exhale, bring your palms to your heart, sink into that front left knee, feel that stretch. Inhale, draw back slightly, reach through the arms. Exhale, sink forward, let the hips drop down. Inhale, expand. Good, exhale. Inhale, expand. Good, exhale, bring your palms back to the heart, let the hips drop. Good, now inhale, arms reach out, press slightly into that front left foot. Now let the right hand come towards your calf or towards the floor. Lift the left arm to the skies like you're an exalted warrior. Keep sending that energy forward into the left knee. Now gaze can come back or up towards the sky. Good, and as you exhale, let that top arm circle. Inhale, come back into that warrior two variation. Good, now exhale, look forward and down. Bring your hands out in front of you to the side. So now you're facing sideways on your mat. Turn your left foot so it's facing the same direction as your hands. Gate post position with hands on the floor. Inhale, allow the left arm to rise now. Left leg is strong, right knee's on the ground. Good, now as you exhale, thread the needle. Let that left arm come underneath your right. Now see if you can slide that left arm as far over to the right side. Look to the right side and let your left ear drop to the floor or on a brick. Feel that deep stretch in the left inner thigh. Good, one more breath. Slowly press a left hand, the right hand firmly into the earth. Right hand, and then left arm reaches up. Good, now as you exhale, let the top left hand come down. Bend that front left knee, turn it open, walk your hands back towards the left side, lift up your right foot. So now you're back into that runner's lunge. Both hands are on the inside of your left foot, lizard lunge. Let the heart shine forward. Good, one more breath here. And then slowly draw your hips back. Walk your hands slowly towards you. Now slide your left leg back and press it into half bow. Bending the knee on the left, you're on your right knee. Make sure your hips are square, shoulders are square. Now as you exhale, pull the knee towards your heart, round your upper back, maybe nose to knee. Inhale, let the heart come forward, lifting that left leg. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lift. Exhale, contract. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now inhale, lift. Pause here. Shine your heart forward. Press that left foot as high as you can towards the sky. Good, and as you exhale, let the left knee come to the earth. Curl your toes under, puppy pose. Reach the hands into the corners of the room and allow the forehead to mount towards the earth. Feel that beautiful kneeling back bend here. Let out a sigh so that any tension that's in the body can release. Couple more breaths here. Now slowly inhale, coil the belly in. Feel the forehead floating away. Now bring your forearms in so they're right underneath your shoulders. Now lift the knees as you exhale. Come into dolphin pose. This is like downward facing dog, but you're on the forearms. Now paddle out the feet. This is your first downward facing dog variation on the forearms. Paddling out the feet. Good. And then let both heels kind of get heavy here, but keep lifting your tailbone as if it's reaching towards where the wall and the ceiling join. Stay active in the forearms. Good, now I'd like you to lift your gaze, walk your feet back. Maintain shoulders right over your elbows. Good, make sure your hips are not up high or that you're collapsing. Good, one more breath here. As you exhale, let your body melt to the floor. Take the arms out in front and take a little prostration here. Relax your lower back. Let your heels kind of flop out to the side. Now inhale, lift the forehead. Bend your left knee. And see if your left hand can reach to your left ankle or foot. And then let your forehead melt back to the ground as you try to pull the left heel towards your buttock. And you should feel this stretch in the front of the left quadricep. Watch out that your left knee is not trying to point out into the diagonal. Really keep it in a straight line from the hip. This way you'll go deeper into the front of the leg. Good. Now slowly release the left leg. Lift your forehead. Swim the left arm back out in front. Bend your right knee. Swim your right hand back to the foot. Exhale. Pull the heel into the buttock and let your forehead drop. Wonderful. 2 more breaths here. On your next exhale, slowly release the right leg back to the floor. Make sure your legs are like chopsticks, a little bit of space between them. Now lift your forehead. Place your hands so that the wrists are right under the elbows. Now lift the heart as you inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, melt back down. Inhale, lift a baby cobra. Exhale, melt down. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift a baby cobra. Now press back to table. Tuck your toes under. Move into your very first downward dog. Let out a sigh here. Good. Now bring the big toes together as you inhale. Allow the left leg to flow towards the sky. Now lift and open the hip, bend the left knee, and see if you can lean slightly towards the right side. Try to keep your shoulders and your chest square. Good. Now as you exhale, square your hip. Pull the knee towards the belly and look forward and lunge the left foot in between your hands. Now hands can be on bricks or directly on the floor. Drop your hips and now we're in a runner's lunge here. Roll that right hip down. Good. Lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, straighten the front leg out. As much as you can, let your heart melt in. Deep stretch for the left hamstring. Inhale, melt back down, runner's lunge. Good. Exhale, straightening the leg out. Couple more times, move at your own pace. Next time you inhale, make your way back to runner's lunge. Now walk your hands over to the right side, turn and pivot, making your way into a wide-legged forward fold. You can use your bricks here. Now let your body relax. Please use the bricks for support. If that allows you to relax the upper body better. If there's too much feedback in the back of the legs, please soften your knees. Just let the torso really get heavy, let gravity take over here. Keep spinning your tailbone towards the sky. And breathe deeply into the back of the legs. Begin to straighten out the legs a little bit more if you can. Good. Now slowly inhale, float your torso. Climb up onto your hands, either on bricks or directly on the floor. Shoulders slide down and back. Good. Now as you exhale, soften into your right knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, soften into your left knee. So side lunges here. Feet are pointing straight towards the side of your mat and just moving side to side here. Warming up the legs so that we can stretch them better. Good. Now when you come into your left knee, I'd like you to look to the back side of your mat. Walk the bricks back with you as you transition to the back side of your mat. So now the right foot is in front. Left knee floats down to the floor. Inhale, allow the arms to float overhead. Feel that low crescent lunge. Now as you exhale, hands release to the earth. Draw back to half splits. Inhale, glide into that low lunge. Let the arms float overhead. Good. Exhale, hands to the earth. Draw back into that half splits. Now, I'd like you to move at your own pace here. Between low lunge into that half splits. No rush. Really feel the journey of going into each posture, using the breath. One more time. And as you draw back into that half split, I'd like you to stay here. Stay in that half split here. Keep your heart lifted, look slightly forward. You should feel that stretch perhaps even in your low back. Maybe you feel it in that right glute or hamstring. Wonderful. Now slowly begin to shift forward, picking up that back left foot. Let it swivel over towards the right side, the right side of your mat. Oh my goodness. Right hand on the inside of your foot. Now left hand to your hip. Yeah, so your right foot is in front, left hand on the hip, and now you open again away from that front knee. It's like a warrior two variation. Good. Now inhale, press into that front right heel, lift your torso, bring the arms to shoulder height. Good. As you exhale, sink into that front knee, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, expand. Exhale, sink and drop. Two more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Beautiful. Once more. Now inhale, arms reach, press into that front right foot. Let your left hand drop to the calf or to the floor. Let your right arm lift in an exalted warrior. Keep sinking into that front knee. Gaze can be down or up towards the sky. Good, and as you exhale, let that top arm circle. Inhale, draw back into that warrior two variation. Now look ahead of yourself. Hands come right down in front of you. Turning that right foot so it's pointing the same direction as your fingers. Left hand under the shoulder. Now lift the right arm as we're in that gate pose variation. Good. Now as you exhale, thread the needle. Let the right arm come underneath the left. Bend that left elbow so that the right arm can slide under. Now drop your right ear to the floor. Feel that nice deep twist here as well as a stretch for the right inner thigh. Wonderful. Slowly inhale, rise back up, press into your left palm so the right arm can lift towards the sky. Feel your chest opening. Good. Now as you exhale, let that top arm come down. Walk your hands back towards your right foot, bend your right knee, turn that right heel back in. Both hands on the inside of the right foot, pick up the left foot so you're back in that lunge. Now lift your heart here, drop your hips. Feel the inside of the right knee touching your right tricep. Good, now slowly draw your hips back, walk your hands slightly towards you so you can slide that right leg up into that bow position. So now the leg is back, bend the right knee, push the right foot towards the ceiling, like half bow pose here on the knee. As you exhale, bring the knee to the belly or the heart, round your back. Maybe your nose can kiss your knee. Inhale, lift and expand, look forward. Exhale, contract. One more time. Inhale. Look forward. Good. Now, as you exhale, let the right knee come to the earth. Curl both toes under. Back to puppy pose. Send your hands out in front. Let the heart and the forehead melt to the earth. Feel that kneeling back bend here. 2 breaths here. Keep softening and melting the front of the heart to the earth. Let go of any resistance. Now inhale, coil the belly and feel the forehead floating away. Bring your forearms in. So elbows are right under the shoulders. Come into your dolphin pose as you lift your knees. Walk your feet slightly forward so that the crown of the head is not touching the ground. Now bring your big toes together, different variation of dolphin. As you inhale, pull the belly button in and up and lift your heels as high as you can, coming up onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lift your heels, melt down. Inhale, coil the belly and lift the heels as high as you can. Exhale, melting down. Once more, inhale, lift and coil. Exhale, release. Now look forward. Walk your feet back. Make your way into that forearm plank. Make sure your shoulders stay right over elbows. Strong core. Good. Slowly release your body to the floor. Take a little prostration here. Roll the hips a little bit from side to side, just releasing that low back. Wonderful. Now lift the forehead away, climb back up onto your forearms. I'd like you to bend your left foot, your left knee. Left foot comes towards the buttock. Reach the left arm back towards the top of your foot or your ankle. Good. Now let your torso drop a little bit and send your right arm out in front. Fingertips are on the floor. Good. Now see if you can press your left shin into your hand and feel your heart lifting. Maybe the front of the left thigh comes a little bit away from the floor. We're just activating the back side of your body. It's okay if you can get the leg off the ground, no big deal. Good, exhale, relax, release the foot. Bring your left hand out in front. Make a little tent with your fingers, bend your right knee, reach the right hand to the right foot. Now push the right foot or shin into your hand, lift the heart. Radiate the ball of the foot towards the sky. Good. Now as you exhale, release. Bring your hands back so that they're right underneath the elbows. Legs are like chopsticks. Inhale, lift a little higher in your cobra. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Once more. Now curl the toes under, draw back to table or straight to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here, let out a sigh. Let your big toes come together as you inhale, let the right leg float up towards the sky. Lift and open your hip. Bend your knee and lean towards the left. Keep your shoulders square. Good, now as you exhale, square your hip. Look forward and plant the right foot in between your hands. Hands can be on bricks, runner's lunge here. Drop your hips down so it's below that front knee. Try not to have your hips up here. Good, you'll get more out of it. If your knee is bending, try to straighten that leg out. Good. Lift your heart, look forward. As you exhale, straighten the front leg out, bow in. Inhale. And exhale. Couple more times. Once more. Now hold that straight-legged lunge for a few breaths here. Let the body melt over that front right side. Let your head relax. Scoop the navel in and up. Keep engaging that core to stabilize the body. Good. Now on your next exhale, melt back to runner's lunge. Walk your hands over towards the left side. Turn and pivot. Come sideways again into that wide-legged forward fold. Let your body melt. Notice how you can sink a little bit deeper now. Some of you may be able to plant the crown of your head on the floor or on the bricks. Enjoy the back of the legs expanding more and opening up more. See if you can tilt the pelvis slightly more towards the sky. Couple more breaths here. Wonderful. Slowly inhale, float the torso, climb up. Either hands on the bricks or directly on the floor. This time as you exhale, soften into the right knee, a little pulsation here. Just a little bounce. Make sure we're not rolling in on that left foot. Inhale through center, softening into the left knee, little pulsation here. Wonderful. Now walk your hands over to the left side, turn and pivot. Make your way back into that runner's lunge, shine your heart forward. Good, stepping the right foot forward into Uttanasana. Let your body fold, exhale. Inhale, lift to a half lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse one dive. Come all the way to standing. Good, as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Feel your mountain pose. Allow your eyes to close. Notice how you feel right now after moving the body with the breath. Good, now let the hands come to the side of your body. As you inhale, let the arms flow back overhead, lift your gaze. Good, as you exhale, soften your knees, let the arms float back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Once more, inhale, lift. Good, and exhale. Now inhale, lift, bring your palms together. This is called a standing back bend. Lengthen your tailbone towards the floor. Now lift your heart and see if you can lean slightly back. Look up if you can. Good, now as you exhale, hands glide forward, move into forward fold. Let out a sigh. Inhale, lift to a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Now bend your knees, step your right foot back into runner's lunge. Shine your heart forward. Good, going a little deeper into the back of the legs. As you exhale, draw your hips back. See if you can lift the front toes. Notice how it's a little bit more intense. Good, inhale, glide back to runner's lunge. As you exhale, draw your hips back. See if you can pull the toes away. Okay, if you can't lift the toes all the way, if you're a little bit here, that's okay. Slowly roll back down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, draw back. Now stay here 3 breaths. If you're super flexible, be careful that you're not hyperextending the front knee. Good, now slowly as you exhale, roll over the foot, bending that left knee. Let the right knee come towards the floor. Bring your hands to the earth. Now slide your left leg back into that half bow, pressing the foot towards the sky. Now see if you can lean in towards your left hand. Let the right hand come to the heart here. Feel your balance. Good, now as you exhale, release just your right hand to the floor. Curl the left toes under. Now lift the left knee, keep your right knee bend, so your left knee bend as you press back into that 3-legged dog. Now, so the right knee lifts, press back, your left leg should be up in the sky, opening that hip. Good, now as you exhale, look forward. Bring that left knee towards your heart and step it in between your hands. Good, where your big toe is on the right, drop your heel, coming up into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lift and open your body. Feel warrior 2 here. Good, now same thing we did on the knee and the warm-ups. As you inhale, bring your hands to your heart, straighten that front leg out a little bit. As you exhale, sink deeper. Good, inhale, draw the hands to the heart. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale, exhale. Now stay in that warrior 2. As you breathe in, let the left arm float up. Right hand comes towards the right leg. Now look up towards your left palm, exalted warrior here. Good, make sure we don't lift that back hip, otherwise we get really congested here in the left, on the right side of the body. Keep it long. Good, now as you exhale, circle the arm. Now pull the left elbow towards your left thigh, coming into side angle pose. Let the right arm lift towards the sky. Feel your body opening here. Good, now as you exhale, let that top arm circle. Pulling back into Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Now as you exhale, straightening the front leg out. Turn your left foot so it's facing towards the side of your mat. Tuck your feet in just a little bit so you're not too wide in your stance here. Now coming into warrior breath. So it's a double inhale and a double exhale. So it's make a fist as you inhale, cactus arms, exhale, push the door open and sink deep in your legs. Move the prana. Three more. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Wonderful. Turn your feet back towards the front. The legs are wide. Bring your hands towards your hip. Feel the top part of the bony part of your hip called the iliac crest. Soften your knees just a tad. Hinge from the hip. Let the body come forward. Good. Really engage the glutes here to protect the upper hamstrings. Now lift the arms to the side here. As you exhale, move into your right knee. Strong legs. Inhale through center. Exhale into that left knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. Come into your left knee. Now look towards the back of your mat. Walk your hands that way. Start to bend your right knee. Turn and pivot. Make your way into that runner's lunge. As you exhale, draw your hips back. Lift the right toes. Inhale, now back to runner's lunge. Exhale, straight-legged lunge. Pull the toes away. Move at your own pace. Two more rounds. On that last one, hold your straight-legged lunge here. Stay here. 3 breaths. Slowly as you exhale, roll through your right foot, bend the right knee, allow the left knee to come down to the floor, and slide your right leg back into that half bow here. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Let your heart extend forward. Now lean into your right hand, bring your left into your heart. Feel it. Keep looking to the horizon. Keep pressing that right foot to the sky. Use your right glute to squeeze the leg up higher. Good. Now exhale, bring your left hand to the earth. Curl your left toes under. Moving into that 3-legged dog. So start to lift and float your left knee away. Push the right knee up to the sky. Keep that right leg bent and lean into the left side with your right foot. Good. As you exhale, square the hip, look forward, and lunge that right foot in between your hands, setting up that warrior 2. Where your big toe is on the left, drop your heel, windmill the arms. Good. Drop that back hip. Nice work. Don't be afraid to sink deep. Keep your front knee over ankle. Yeah, if the foot is too close to you and your knee's like this, is hard on your knee, doesn't feel good. Make sure knees directly over ankle so you can work the quads. Good. And as you inhale, bring your hands to your heart. As you exhale, expand. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now stay here, sitting up, exalted warrior. Let the right arm float up as the left hand reaches back. Lift your gaze. Stay committed in that front leg if you can. Watch out that you're not lifting that back hip up, otherwise you get congested here. Drop that hip down. Lift up and over. Yes. Now let that top arm circle. Set up side angle pose. Right elbow to the quad. Lift the left arm towards the sky. Good work. Maybe let that left arm come right by your ear. That's it. Good work, Deb and Ross and Jess. Keep drawing your navel to spine. Good. Now let the top arm circle. Come back into that warrior two. I know this is tough. One breath. Stay strong. Try not to come out of it. Now straighten the leg out. Awesome. Turn that right foot back. So it's pointing to the side of your mat. Maybe tick-tock it in just a little bit so you feel stronger. Turn your heels in. Good. Coming back into warrior breath. This time it's a double inhale, double exhale. We breathe in to the hips. We breathe in up to the sky. Now arms crossed, double breath out. Inhale to the hips. Arms up, double exhale. Breathe in. Inhale. Complete the in-breath. Double exhale. Good. Keep going. Last one. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale. Good. Turn your feet back so they're pointing to the side of your mat. Let the arms flow back to shoulder height. Soften your knees. Now everything from the crown to your tailbone stays in one straight line. Hinge from the hips, come forward. Until your body is parallel to the earth, reach through your fingers. Good, as you exhale, bend your right knee. Let the left hand come to the floor, right arm lifts. Inhale through center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you can tap the inside of your heel. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bend that right knee. Inhale, center. Bend the left knee. Exhale, two more. Now inhale, lift. Body's parallel to the earth. Fly like an eagle. Good, now exhale, bend your knees. Let your hands find the earth. Let your head hang heavy. Take your feet just a little bit wider so that your body can drop with more ease in between your legs. Good, inhale, lift through your heart. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards the front of your mat, turning that left foot back to the front. Let your right knee come to the earth. And I'd like you to take that front foot back, curling the toes under. Make your way into your puppy pose here. Maybe your chin on the floor, looking over the ground. Otherwise, forehead. Yeah, if your neck doesn't feel good with that, please do not let your chin come on the floor, just forehead. Softening the lower back. Let your belly just kind of hang so that the heart can soften to the earth. This is a time to yield now. Let go of control here, just melt into the posture. Good, now next breath in, begin to engage the body again, the muscles of the body, coil the belly in, forehead or chin floats away. Bring your forearms in. Make sure they're under your shoulders. Coming back into that dolphin pose. So lift your knees. Good. Walk it out. Bring your big toes together. As you inhale, float your right leg up. Bring it up as high as you comfortably can. Now lift high up onto the tippy toes, pulling that belly button in. Good. As you exhale, float the right leg down. Inhale, left leg floats towards the sky. Coil the belly in. Come as high up onto the tippy toes as you can. Good. Exhale, floating that leg down. Now walk your feet back. Make your way into that forearm plank here. Elbows are right under your shoulders. Navel to spine. Keep breathing. Good. Slowly lower your body to the floor. Well done. Take a prostration. Well deserved here. Forehead to the earth. Good. Now lift your forehead away. And now we'll try to come into Dhanurasana, full bow pose. So bending both knees. See if you can swim your right hand to your right shin or foot. Let the heart melt forward and down. Roll that right shoulder forward so that you can reach the left hand to the left foot or shin. Now make sure that your knees are not pointing out into the diagonal. Squeeze the inner thighs toward each other so they're pointing in the same direction as the back of your mat. Now inhale, press the shins in towards your hands. And notice how your knees now float off the floor, as well as your chest. Look slightly forward, sparkle your toes. Roll the shoulder blades together. Squeeze your glutes tightly. Keep pressing feet to the sky. Good. And as you exhale, hold on to your feet. Let your forehead melt to the floor and stay here for a couple breaths. You might feel your heart beating strongly inside your chest. We're going to try that one more time, coming into full bow pose. So as you inhale, start to press your feet or your shins into your hands. Feel the shoulders rolling together. Feel your heart lifting as well as your upper thighs. Feel yourself coming more into that bow pose. Good. Keep going. Keep lifting. Keep lifting higher. Beautiful. Now as you exhale, relax, release the feet. Let your forehead melt to the earth. Let your face kind of get squished into your mat here. Breathing deeply. Wonderful. Now slowly inhale, float the forehead away. Bring your hands in so that the wrist is right underneath the elbows. Bring your legs together so they're like chopsticks. Now inhale, lift up to high cobra. Curl your toes in a draw back to downward facing dog. Paddling out the feet here. Let out a big sigh here. Beautiful. Let your gaze come forward to your hands as you inhale. Let your knees flow gently to the earth. Use your core strength. Wonderful. Bring your knees together for stability. Hands are right under your shoulders. Now press the left foot towards the sky. Half bow on your knee. Lean into your left hand, let the right hand come to your heart. Now you can stay here or fingertips on the floor. If you like to move into the full expression of the posture, swing your hand to the back of your left foot. Now roll the right shoulder down and back, square your hip. Now same action, press the left foot into your hand. Feel half bow here. Good. Now slowly from here, release your right hand, but keep your left leg lifted. Curl your right toes under, lift the right knee, press back to that three-legged dog as you exhale. Now, so the left knee is floating up in the sky, leaning with that foot towards the right. Good, now as you exhale, square your hip, look forward, bring that left knee in between your hands for pigeon. Slide your right leg as far back as you can and pull the left knee slightly over towards the edge of your mat. Now lift through your heart. Now as you exhale, come forward into that sleeping swan. Let the body relax here. So if you find bringing your forehead to the floor is just a little too deep, use the bricks, or if you have a pillow at home, that's fine too. And just place your forehead on there. Just let those hips open up for you. It's a wonderful posture, pigeon. It's called Rajokapatasana, pigeon pose, for low back issues or sciatica. So slow down your breathing. Couple more breaths here. See if you can relax slightly more by switching off any tension. Perhaps your shoulders can relax a little bit more. Your hips can get a little heavier. Let any tension in and around the jaw soften by opening the mouth a little bit. Wonderful. Very slowly, we'll gently move out of this posture. Lift your forehead away. Now climb up onto your hands here, lifting your heart. I'd like you to curl your right toes under and see if you can slide that right knee just a little further back. Maybe pull the left knee slightly more over. Now, I definitely encourage you to bring a brick in so that you can place your hand on the brick. Now, see if you can bend that back right leg. Now, if you're directly on your knee, please keep the leg long on the floor. But otherwise, see if you can bend it. If that feels okay, you can stay here or swim the right hand back and grab the foot. Good. Now, lift through your heart. This is a deep stretch here. Make sure shoulders stay square to the front of your mat. One more breath. Good. Now slowly release your right foot. Let your hands come back to the floor. Curl the right toes under. Now slowly lift your right knee and thigh and see if you can step that left foot back into your downward facing dog and pedaling out the feet. That left knee is going to feel a little achy. Just slowly moving through that left knee especially. Wonderful. Now let your gaze come forward, floating the knees gently back to the earth. Use your core strength to land them. Bring your knees together and we'll come to knee bow on the knee with the right side. So bring your right foot up here. Good. Let that heel come close towards your buttock. Now lean into your right hand, bring your left hand to your heart. And good. Now see if you can swim your left hand to your right foot, square your shoulders and press the foot towards the sky. Look forward. Good. 2 more breaths here. That's it. Now slowly release just your left hand. Keep your right knee floating. Curl the left toes under. Lift the left knee and thigh and press that right leg back into that 3-legged dog. Keep opening that hip. Good. Now as you exhale, square your hip. Pull the right knee in between your hands for pigeon. Set up pigeon pose here. Slide that left leg as far back as you can. Pull the right knee more towards the side. Lift through your heart here. Good, and then make your way forward into that sleeping swan. And if there's a tendency to roll into that right hip, place a brick underneath your right butt cheek here, or a rolled up blanket, and then support your head, either forehead to the floor or let it relax on a brick. Close your eyes and start to bring your awareness back inward. Why is yoga such a powerful practice? It's because you are able to breathe deeper. Your body, through movement, is forcing you to breathe deeper.
It allows you to have longer and deeper breaths. And then what happens is your mind starts to unload. All the sensations of the mind start to dissipate. And there's a sense of lightness enveloping you. A sense of expansion starts to happen, not only in the body, but also in your mind. And suddenly you are able to actually be with yourself by closing your eyes and just being with all aspects of self. Especially today with this pandemic that is happening, we're all forced to be with more of ourselves. There's not as many distractions anymore. So yoga is a really great way to learn how to be with yourself. And to be okay with some of the not so nice things that come up in our awareness. To be with all of ourselves, the good, the amazing, the not so good, and the ugly. Good. Now 2 more breaths here. Wonderful. Now slowly begin to float the forehead away, coming a little deeper into the expression of pigeon. So climb up onto your hands, lift your heart. Now curl the back left toes under. See if you can slide that left knee a little further back. Now bend the left knee. You can stay here. This is already a really deep opening. If you like to go further, you can place your right hand on a brick or on the floor and reach the left hand to the left shin or foot. Now make sure you keep lifting through your heart. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Squeeze your right glute so you can lift your torso. Good, 2 more breaths here. Now on your next breath out, slowly release your left hand to the floor. Let the left leg return back to the floor. Now allow yourself to roll onto the right side of your hip and slowly bring the left leg towards the front of your mat. Good, and just shake out your legs. Well done, good job. Shake out that right leg. Just allow that blood flow to come back, especially behind the knee. Good, and we'll come into a seated twist. I'll turn myself to the front so that you can see. Bring your right leg underneath like this and bring your left leg across. Now, full seated twist is not possible. Keep your right leg straight and just bring the left leg over. Now, make sure both sit bones are on the floor. Lift the crown of your head and allow the right arm to float up. Now, as you exhale, turn from your navel. Bring the right arm across or hug the knee. And then lift tall again through the crown and swim your left hand back behind you. And see if you can turn your gaze so that your chin lines up just in front of that left shoulder. Use the back of your right elbow to press in against the knee. Good. So after deep back bends that we've done today, it's really important to revolutionize the spine here by going around the spine, deep revolution. Deep twist. 1 more breath here. Good, now slowly begin to unwind the body, coming into an open twist. Left arm comes to the inside of the left leg. Now make sure that you're keeping the left sit bone down as well as the right as you open to the right side. Look back over your right shoulder. Good, now slowly inhale and wind. Bring your hands behind you, uncross your legs. We'll come to the other side. Give them a little shake out here. Good, now bend the left knee and take the right leg across, or keep the left leg straight and bring the right leg over. Make sure both sit bones are on the floor. Lift tall through the crown and let the left arm rise as you inhale. Good, as you exhale, twist from your navel, either elbow across or hug the knee. And then look back over your right shoulder. Nice deep twist here. Now it's really important that you maintain that long, elongated spine. Just imagine someone's pulling a string from the crown of your head. And at the same time, there's someone pulling a string from your tailbone. giving you that anchored feeling. One more breath here. Now slowly we'll begin to unwind as we inhale. Let the right arm come to the inside of your right leg. Roll that left shoulder down and back. And feel that open twist here. Slowly inhale, unwind. Well done. Reach your hands back, coming into your last posture seated before we come down to the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together, but keep your hands behind you. In actual fact, make a fist with both hands. Place your fist into the ground, lift your hips and come a little bit more forward. Good. And now just gently teeter-totter, trying to get one knee to the floor and then the other. Good. And then take your right palm to the floor. Lean into your right hand. Left hand goes into the inside of your thigh, not on your knee. Make sure it's not on your knee. Now take a deep breath in. Now as you exhale, push the left knee down and away from your thigh. So it's almost like you're pulling the leg out of your socket and you're trying to get the leg towards the ground as well. You'll feel a deep stretch right at the hip socket. Getting into the tissues there that's really, really tight. Good, and then slowly inhale, release. We'll try the other side. So bring your left hand to the floor. Right hand right on the inside of the thigh. Take a deep breath in. Good, now exhale. Press the knee down and think of pushing the leg out and away from you. This is called an extraction. Good, one more breath. Wonderful. Slowly release the tension. Slowly bring your knees together and we'll roll our spine down towards the floor. So slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring it down to the ground. Really use your core strength. And then bring your knees in towards your chest here. Sigh out. And let your legs come up towards the sky. This is called dead buck bow pose. Let your hands relax here. Drop your shoulders into the floor and just close your eyes. It's a really nice inversion that doesn't require much energy. 2 more breaths. Wonderful. Now, slow as you exhale, soften your knees. Let your knees come out to the side of your body. Now, reach for the top of your feet or your ankles and bring the soles of your feet together. Now, bring your right hand over the outer edge of your feet so that your feet stay together. Now, your left arm is free to go underneath. Now, lift your head and see if you can bring your arm underneath and grab the outside of the feet here. Now release that right arm and do the same thing. Thread it through and then interlace your fingers over the outside of your feet. I know, feels strange, but it's a really nice stretch for your low back. So it's kind of like you're holding yourself together here, let your chin drop in towards your throat, and then try to pull your feet slightly towards your face. And you should feel a really deep stretch in your low back. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Feel it pulling maybe from your low back, the sacrum. Good, and you can relax your head back to the floor while maintaining this. A couple more breaths here. Just really targeting that low back. Counterposing that deep back bend that we've done. Good, now slowly release your hands. Let the feet drop. Let the arms come undone and let your feet drop towards the floor and let out a big sigh here. Straighten the legs out. Let's make your way into our final resting pose. Let your palms turn open. Just notice all the space within. But at the same time, notice the space without. Now, do you feel the boundary? Do you know where the awareness within and without, is there a boundary? Is there an edge to it, or is it all one? Are the within and without, are they merging? In other words, there is no more separation between how you feel on the inside and how the space feels around you. That's the journey of yoga, is to arrive back into that state of oneness. Now, very slowly and gently allow your awareness to return more to your physical body and to your breath. Draw deep inhale through the nose, let your whole body expand, and then let out a big sigh through your mouth. Really give yourself permission to breathe out any heaviness, anything that no longer serves you, or anything that is not serving your greatness. Sigh it out. And then allow for a deep inhalation. Let the arms float overhead and just give yourself this nice, big, beautiful body stretch, like a big body yawn. Let your whole body expand in all directions. And then let out a big cleansing sigh again as you bring one knee at a time into your chest. Give yourself a well-deserved hug and slowly rock gently from side to side, massaging the low back, mid back. And when you feel ready, let yourself move to your side and go into the side that you really feel drawn to, roll into it, and just stay there for a moment. Let the bottom arm be like a pillow to support your head. And just notice how content you feel. And then slowly allow yourself to rise into a seated position of your choice, whatever feels most comfortable for you to anchor your practice in. So once you're seated tall, let the shoulders roll down and back. We'll bring our palms together at the heart. Yes. Allow your head to bow in and just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for being here today. So we'll complete our practice with the sound of Om. We'll take an inhale, we'll sigh out, and we'll inhale to chant. Let's breathe in. Sigh it out. Inhale to chant. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. The light in me bows and honors the light in you. Keep shining bright. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, beginning of a new week. Namaste.